Right. Welcome to this Akashic Abundance session. Thank you for joining me live, and thank you if you are checking out the recording of this. So, in this session, we are going to connect into the records, and it doesn't matter if you have experience with this or not. That's going to be our platform for allowing these healing energies to flow through. So, today we are focused on abundance, and we're focused on it in a pretty broad sense. We're not looking at any one area of abundance. So if you're here with me live, I encourage you to type in the chat box any questions or focus areas that you want to make sure that we look at. I also have a few that were sent in advance. So I will look into that. So this is an energy healing session recording workshop. So be sure that you are not driving when you listen to this, that you are in a space where you can allow the energy to flow through. um, if you do need to end early, leave early, stop the recording early, make sure that you get grounded, and that you get hydrated as well, as with any energy work. So, beyond that, before we begin, we're just going to take a moment and breathe into your heart chakra, your heart space. And before we even begin the energy, we are just really setting that intention and setting that reminder to ourselves that we are responsible for our own healing and integration. So, we are claiming full responsibility. Beautiful. And you start to call your power back as you do that. And you start to ground your energy as you do that, as you claim full responsibility. And we are also weaving in permission, giving ourselves permission to allow this healing to take place, giving ourselves permission to come into a state of deeper alignment, deeper coherence with the natural energy of abundance of the universe. I give myself permission to release contradictions and embrace the true natural state of abundance of this universe. Really, really good. Really good. So you are already situating yourself in the energetic space for this. So I'm going to kind of go in and out of focused on the journey, focused on the energy, and then speaking. So again, if you're just joining, I just wanted to mention as well, any questions or focus areas at any point, feel free to type them in the chat box. Wonderful. All right. And I will just go through those as I am guided. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is set up our space in the Akashic field. So if you're familiar with the Akashic records, feel free to diverge from what I say and do it in whatever way feels best for you. I'm going in with what the guides are bringing through right now. So we're just going to breathe again, and we are just centering in our physical body. Just taking some nice deep breaths and allowing your physical body to relax, release tension, and just notice where you are touching the chair or bed or floor, wherever you're at, and just setting the intention to ground and anchor your energy. We are taking our focus and attention into this present moment reality, knowing that in this present moment reality, in this space, we are powerful beings. When we focus our attention on the present moment, we have the ability to move into the quantum field and shift things from any time or place. So, as we take our focus to the present, we are reminding ourselves of the power of staying present. Really good. Good grounding, deepening that energy. And we're going to set the intention to call forward guides who will be assisting our physical body today. You may see these as nature guides. You may see it as an angel that works with your physical body. Or you may not see anything. And that's all perfectly fine. We are setting the intention to call in your physical body guides. They will be assisting us with releasing on that level of being, assisting us with this transition of moving into our ascended, evolved physical body. Really, really good. Beautiful. We're going to breathe in and focus on the heart space now. Set the intention to surround yourself in this iridescent pink light, creating this ball of pink light all around you, holding yourself in the energy of compassion. We are going to call forward guides who are working on the emotional body, on the emotional level, to join this space. We are also calling forward your inner child, as well as your divine inner child. There's going to be quite a group by the time we are done today, and you don't need to remember all of them. Really good. There we go. So you may visualize, sense, or imagine already you are in a circle with these guides, all assisting you in coming into a deeper state of abundance and abundant energy flow. Really good. So now we are going to open up the energetic space of our mental energy. So we're going to set the intention, maybe focusing in your brain or focusing down your spine through your nervous system. We are setting the intention to call in guides to assist us through the brain and nervous system, through the mental energy. Really good. And we don't need to be specific. You don't need to see who shows up, know who shows up. Just our intention of creating this sacred space for ourselves. Really, really good. So we have guides situated now for our mental body, our emotional body, and our physical body. We're going to take a few more breaths like this, and we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that you are in a pillar of light. It is connecting you above into source. Maybe you sense an iridescent rainbow energy filling up the space all around you, filling up your physical body. Really good. Visualize, sense, or imagine that rainbow energy filling into every single cell of your body, knowing that as soon as something is released in this energy, it will automatically fill up with that source rainbow light and be restructured back into your natural divine form. Really good. There we go. So we're visualizing, sensing, or imagining that pillar of light that extends down from source all the way around your body, through the layers of earth, down past the soles of your feet, and that extends into the center of the earth. Here we are connected above and below. And here we will call forward our multidimensional Akashic record keeper to facilitate and work with the belief systems as we are tuning in today to our abundance energy. Really, really good. So you may visualize, sense, or imagine that you are now seated in a healing meadow. This is where the work will take place today. You may get a sense of it. You may not. Just go with whatever flows through for you. Or if nothing flows through, that's perfectly fine as well. It's your breath and your intention. That you may visualize, sense, or imagine in this meadow. There's beautiful flower energy all around. You may notice running water, a stream, or a waterfall. Just allow your physical body to relax into this space. The more your physical body is able to relax, the more we are able to go into the depths to allow this healing to take place. Really good. So the first thing we are going to call in is our natural state of divine abundance. And this is going to be represented as our joyful inner child, our divine inner child. And our divine inner child is like our higher self in child version. So we are calling her forward, and she is representing our natural state of abundance, calling her into this space. And now she is going to point out how you may be creating resistance to the flow of abundance in your life. Maybe she's showing you an area of the body where this is being held. Maybe you're just getting a sense. So we're just going to ask her in this space, where am I creating resistance or blocking this natural flow of abundance? Really good. So we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that right there beside you, there is a huge amount of violet wildflowers. They're made of violet fire. Really good. And just as though they are this beautiful healing energy, we are going to work with our divine inner child, placing those flowers wherever we feel guided in our mind's eye, on our physical body, handing them over to our divine inner child. I accept that I have created this resistance pattern. I accept that I am persisting this illusion. I accept that this is how it has been in the past. But I am choosing now to release and let it go. I am choosing now to dissolve the boundaries that I have created around receiving abundance, to dissolve the rules I have put in place around creating and receiving abundance in my life. Really good. So we're still anchoring into this intention even deeper now. I am open to expanding the flow of abundance in my reality now. I am open to expanding the flow of abundance in my reality now. Really good. So we're going to work with this divine inner child a little bit more right now. We're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that they are taking you to this stream. And this stream is a representation of your flow of abundance. So what we want to take notice of in this stream is any debris that may be in there. Anything that needs to be cleared out. And we're going to, again, work with that violet fire energy. We're going to work with a violet fire net or gloves. And visualize, sense, or imagine that you and your divine inner child are clearing out that stream and placing it into a white fire garbage bag. So just visualize, sense, or imagine using that violet fire net or violet fire gloves, placing these into that white fire garbage can. Really, really good. Now we are going to call on the support of all of the guides who we called forward earlier. And we are going to ask them in their own way to assist us in releasing this from our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and just breathing as that violet fire net is moved through your system. You may sense or imagine it picking up heavy books that represent beliefs out of your physical body, out of your energy. And just breathing and allowing that violet fire net to move through your fields, picking up anything that contradicts your natural state of abundance. Really, really good. And as we shake that violet fire net out into that white flame garbage bag, it's clarifying that energy, sending it directly back into source. We're going to let that net go over our energy field a few more times. Again, picking up whatever is our highest priority, knowing that our Akashic record keeper is guiding this along with our higher self and our divine inner child. Really good. There we go. Really, really good. So we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that everything that is being extracted from our energy field, everything that's being released, is being replaced with this spark of golden rainbow light, where this seed of our divine truth and our truth of abundance is able to take root. Really, really good. So we're allowing those sparks of light in our energy, in our physical, mental, emotional bodies to take root and be anchored. Really, really, really good. So we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine now that we are sitting in a circle with our guides around this huge violet fire flame. Lots of white fire rocks all around the outside. So we'll just visualize, sense, or imagine this. Again, you may notice different wildflowers or other energies. And these guides are surrounding us, each representing areas of our physical, mental, and emotional bodies that they're assisting with. You can kind of take a moment and come back into your physical body if it feels right, or you can stay in journey, keep your eyes closed, whatever feels good. So I'm going to begin working through some of these questions and working with the energies that are coming up. So just continue breathing through it. And if you feel that you need to take a drink of water or a stretch or anything like that, please listen to your body. Beautiful. All right. So the first question that I'm asking, the first question that I'm looking at here with the guides is one that was submitted in advance and one that is beneficial for the group as well. And one that we kind of started off with our divine inner child here. What do I need to release in order to step into abundance? And now the very first thing the guides are bringing up here is perspective. So what does abundance mean to you? What does it mean to you to step into abundance, to step into that natural flow? So this is the first thing that we want to look at here is our perspective on that. Do you believe that you live in an abundant universe? Do you believe that at its core, the natural state of the universe is abundant? So you just want to check in with yourself on this. So we want to go through perspective on a few different areas. So, first, we want to look at what are my feelings about, what are my beliefs around the universe in general, being an abundant place. Just notice what you feel, notice what comes up. And remember that you can utilize that violet flame and those white flame stones, that are in the center of this circle. And visualize, sense, or imagine pulling anything that is contradictory out of your energy field, out of your physical body, into that flame. Knowing this is all being facilitated for you and by you, by your Akashic record keeper and higher self, that all know the exact right thing. They all know the pathway most aligned for you and what you most need. So just trusting in that process. Really, really good. Do I believe the universe is an abundant place? Do I believe that I live in this abundant universe? And so we're opening up this opportunity for contradictions and resistance to flow to the surface. Just noticing the subtle energies that don't feel quite right for you, sending them into the violet fire. Now you can also incorporate, I forgive it all, I forgive myself, I forgive everyone involved. Really, really good. So, do I live in an abundant universe? Next question you want to ask is this universe abundant for me? So we might believe that the universe is abundant in general. We look around, we see nature, we see abundance, we see that, yes, this surely must be an abundant universe. But then whenever we look at the lens of our perspective into our own life and ask that same question, do I live in an abundant universe? Is the universe abundant for me? Then again, just take note. Do I live in an abundant universe? Is the universe abundant for me? And just notice what flows to the surface in this space. Notice if you feel guided to pull things out of your field into that violet flame. Really, really good. Now we're incorporating yet another energy, and you don't have to remember everything that's in this energy, everything that's in this journey by any means. But just around the outskirts of this circle, there's also now this really beautiful healing stream. And it's working with divine feminine and divine masculine energies. So if you need that cobalt blue, sparkly, divine masculine energy, it will flow into your field. If you need that sparkly ruby red divine feminine energy, it will flow into your field. So it's really sitting back and trusting the process unfolding. Trusting that what you are opening and activating and working with today is a catalyst to opening your abundance channels even deeper, even wider. Really, really good. You will be invited in the weeks following this, really, to incorporate these new beliefs, to notice and catch yourself. Your guides will make you aware when your beliefs and habits and actions are not in alignment with abundance, and you will have the opportunity to create those shifts, which will really create the shifts you desire in your reality. So we are opening this catalyst energy today. Really, really good. So for now, we are going to state, I choose to believe the universe is abundant. Or visualize, sense, or imagine this whole space is filling up with this liquid gold light. And as you were breathing with this, that liquid golden light is filling up your physical body as well, filling up so much till it's overflowing. I choose to believe the universe is abundant. The universe is abundant. Really good. And you're allowing any past aspects of self, any inner children, any past life versions of self to be nourished by that divine feminine, that divine masculine right there behind you. Really, really good. We're filling up with that golden energy. I choose to believe that the universe is abundant for me. I choose to see abundance in my life. And I choose to allow that abundance to amplify. So at this point, we are focusing that liquid golden light right around the third eye, filling up the brain, filling up the third eye, filling up our perspective that the universe is abundant for me. For me personally, in my life, the universe is abundant. The universe shows abundance in the most miraculous ways. The universe shows abundance in the most surprising and unexpected ways. As we open up into this flow of abundance, there is also an element of releasing control. There's an element of letting go of needing to know the details, needing to know how it's going to flow through, even needing to plan in advance how it will flow through. So we are, and already I can feel that create some restriction because, of course, that ego and the mental energy wants to know, wants to see how it's all going to be planned out, wants to be sure that there's going to be abundance going forward, not just now, that there's always going to be enough. So we're just filling up with that liquid golden energy. I choose to believe that I live in an abundant universe and the universe showers me with abundance. And replace the word universe with source, creator, God, anything that really aligns to you in this space. Really, really good. So now we are calling on our divine feminine energy in this space. So just as though right behind you, you have a guide who is your divine feminine embodied. She is that divine mother, that goddess embodied, and that is an aspect of you. That's a part of you. So in connecting with that energy for just a moment, and you may need to ground your energy a little bit more as we do this, in connecting to that divine feminine energy, we ask that she opens up and she receives for us. Our divine feminine is who will be receiving for us. And in this perspective of abundance, the abundance doesn't come from any one person or anything like that. The abundance flows directly from source, directly from the universe. All of the details, all of the hows, all of those minutia is what they're bringing up, gets filled in by the universe. All of that gets filled in by our storyline. But we are ultimately receiving the abundance directly from source, directly from universal energy flows. Really, really, really good. So, in moving back into that question, what do I need to release to step into abundance? We're just going to take a moment, connect with yourself, and become aware. We're always in a state of growth. We are always in a state of opportunity to move deeper into our soul truth. So, what we're looking at right now is not the whole picture. We're just looking at the next step. So, you may complete this journey again in a month or a few weeks and receive your next step, receive the next answer. So, in this question, what do I need to release to step into abundance? Just notice the first thing that flows through. And then you're going to ask, Can I release that? So you're talking with your ego, you're asking yourself, you're asking your physical body, can I release this? And maybe it's a yes, and at which case, wonderful. Start to already send that into the violet flame. And if it feels like a no, just filling yourself up with that ruby red energy of safety, that divine feminine energy. It is safe for me to release and let this go. Really good. And then again, surrendering that and knowing that your guides will make you aware of any beliefs or thought patterns as they come up that keep perpetuating that so that you can fully and completely release and let it go. Most often, what we need to release to step into abundance has a lot to do with mental energy. And it can also have a lot to do with physical energy. So, as it comes to answering the question that was submitted in advance, what do I need to release to step into abundance? Mental, emotional, and physical is top priority. Feeling smooth in those, feeling aligned in yourself, feeling empowered in yourself, and really witnessing this perspective that you live in an abundant universe and the universe is abundant for you. Your divine feminine receives it, and this is just the way that it is. And that's a practice, it's a belief, and it's a muscle to keep practicing and keep working on when you notice your pattern go in another direction. Just make the choice to bring it back as often as you can without putting pressure on yourself. So it's a really gentle, smooth energy. And that's what this whole flow of abundance is, really that energy. So just keep breathing through that. And if you're still in the journey, just continue working with that. Now, the next question that came in is, what do I need to incorporate to step into abundance? So we've looked a little bit at some releasing, and now we're going to look about incorporating. What do I need to incorporate to step into abundance? And this is the number one answer I see. This is the answer that flowed in for what was submitted in advance. And I think this will apply to a lot of people here, but it's divine masculine energy. We've gone through such a resurgence of the divine feminine energy in the last few years. Specifically, everybody's talking about divine feminine energy, and it feels to me like coming into the energies that we're moving into now, it's more of a balance and a union energy. So that divine masculine energy is really calling for some reconnection and support. So what do I mean by this? What does this actually look like? I know I'm going to get guidance from the guides here as well. So if you can, it can be easy as us, and most of the people who will watch this replay, not all, but most, will be women. And so it's sometimes easier for us to resonate with or see ourselves in the divine feminine and understand how the divine feminine has been repressed and her role in all of this. And of course, that divine feminine is very key for receiving abundance, being in the energy of trust. But in this sense, the way the divine masculine is coming in is also that recognition the divine masculine has been repressed as well. That forward movement and pressure is to flow from a place of trust and collaboration and connection, not from a place of dryness, a place of real dryness is the way the guides are showing it, but kind of feeling like you have no other choice. So when we're looking at the divine masculine, let's ask our guides for a landscape, for what our divine masculine looks like and feels like right now. So, for how much we are able to embody our divine masculine, we'll just take a moment here and just ask our guides for a representation, a sensation of how our divine masculine is doing right now. And this is our own connection with our divine masculine. And we want to just take a moment and send acknowledgement Send that unconditional love. Your divine masculine will likely be showing up as some parts of the distorted masculine. So we need to give that love and acceptance to the distorted masculine in the same way that we would give love and acceptance to the distorted feminine to really equal that flow of abundance that we want. So we're just going to take a few moments here. And again, in whatever way it's showing up for you, I'm choosing to give acknowledgement, acceptance, and unconditional love to the masculine aspects of myself. Really, really, really good. Really good. Just breathing with that. Now we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that those masculine aspects of self are also getting filled up with that liquid golden light. Really, really good. So, one of the reasons the divine masculine is really coming up here, and I say this is going to resonate with those who are on live and those who are checking out the recording as well, is we had kind of been moving through a time where, and ascension energies are always shifting, but we had been moving through a time where, yes, we could kind of lean back into passive receptivity, into for those of us who have a business and who have this abundance focused on a business, which many will have, the shift that we're moving into is calling for a greater level of trust, a greater level of conviction, a greater level of certainty in who you are, in your soul desires, in your actions. And as these things are being highlighted for us as to where we are not fully in alignment with that, where we're not fully believing or seeing ourselves as we truly are, that's being highlighted. And that's really showing up as the divine masculine. What's being asked of us is not only are we in a space of receptivity with divine feminine, we are trusting, we are nurturing, we are allowing that quietness of the divine feminine to be magnetic and receptive, but we're also fully carrying that over into our actions, so that the actions we are taking, the words we are expressing in connection with our business is not only attuned to that flow of the divine feminine and receptivity, but it's attuned to the empowered action of the divine masculine, so that together with the two of them, our business energy, our own energy that we're putting out through our business is magnetic, and it is responsive to what is needed in this energetic environment. So, what the soul clients are needing can be really felt. So, you might be putting out something that is perfect for your soul clients, that they're going to benefit from, that's going to be perfectly aligned. However, unless you feel that flow, both from the feminine and the masculine, when you are taking actions, it might not quite land. They might not be able to see it or witness it, not be a perfect match for it themselves, just due to that inconsistency. So to answer the question around what to incorporate to step into abundance, the answer to that one in a general scale is divine masculine. If you're already feeling really connected, your divine masculine is really nourished, then you can kind of go in and see what else is there. And this is what we're going to do right now. So we're just going to do an intuitive check-in and ask, what can I incorporate to step into greater abundance now? And again, this could be anything random. This doesn't necessarily have to be something that you would connect into abundance beliefs. This might be drinking more lemon water or something similar that rebalances you physically. And then in doing so, then you have the capacity to open. So again, just asking yourself, what do I need to incorporate to step into abundance? And then again, we're pulling in that safety because that feeling of safety is really key. If we want to make a shift in our life, our nervous system needs to feel regulated, it needs to feel balanced. Otherwise, we're not going to do it because our physical body is saying it is not safe to do this. So a regulated nervous system means the energy of safety. So we want to pull in now, wrap ourselves up with it is safe to incorporate this. It is safe to make this shift, to make this change. It is safe to heal in this way in order to receive more abundance. So we may visualize, sense, or imagine ourselves again wrapped up in that ruby red, sparkly red light. Maybe seeing yourself surrounded in a rainbow blanket. Again, really allowing that nourishment energy to move through. Really good. Really, really good. And that really beautiful, soft yellow energy is now flowing in as well. If you want to invite this into your space, really, really good. And we're just going to remind your energy that you are clicked into the abundance of the universe. You are clicked into the natural flow. We're going to take that focus and attention to the soles of your feet. Even further, we're opening and activating those channels of receptivity inside the feet chakras, inside the root, inside the earth star chakra. So our receptivity is coming up. Receptivity is coming up, filling ourselves up with abundance, filling ourselves up with that buttery yellow energy of soothing in order to receive more abundance, in order to receive our appropriate amount of abundance for our soul truth. Really good. Really, really good. So, the next thing that I want to pull to the surface is around sacred work and breaking through visibility blocks. So, in order, and this loops right back into that divine masculine. So, we're gonna see how the guides want to bring this up, but we're looking at sacred work, which is that purpose work, which is our business energy, which most people, if not all, who are here live and will check out the recording will resonate with that. So, specifically, visibility around this and not just showing up to show up, not just showing up to check it off our list, but showing up to be the energy we came here to be, showing up to embody the embodiment we came here to embody. So really allowing ourselves the most expansive, most open flow, moving from our sacred work into expression and visibility. And so, what is the pathway here? What are we looking at? And this pathway is very much centered around what they're calling the sacred heart, what they are calling, that thymus gland, high heart chakra. So there feels to be a breakthrough ready to happen here. So let's move it along. Let's shift it along a little bit. So we can also see this thymus gland as a big turquoise butterfly. So if we want to visualize, sense, or imagine this big turquoise butterfly, and maybe she's still in her chrysalis. Maybe she's brand new. She hasn't really spread her wings yet. Maybe her wings have been spread for a while and they're kind of getting dusty. There's pollen built up on them. There's dust built up on them. So we're just going to take a moment. Visualize, sense, or imagine this turquoise butterfly right there where your thymus gland is between your throat and your heart, and just get a sense of where she's at today. Where is she at right now? Is she still working through the chrysalis, working to break through? Has she been out for a while and she needs to be cleared off? We're going to call forward our divine inner child, and we're going to ask her to gently assist this butterfly. So maybe she's helping to dust her off really gently. Maybe she's helping to kind of tap on the cocoon just a little tiny bit so that it wakes up and shakes things up and starts to stretch and begins to move its way out of the cocoon. But we're taking a moment, and this is the representation of our expression energy in the highest form. Our expression energy that really embodies our soul truth and really connects into our soul audience. Really good. So we're opening up that energetically. And as that is still going on, we're also being guided or being challenged to look at our perspective on what does visibility mean? What does that mean for you? What does visibility mean for you? Because again, a lot of outdated belief systems are still operating around what does visibility mean? How visible do you have to be? All of these things. That visibility energy is still running. So if we are holding on to an old distorted masculine view of what visibility means and that we have to be visible 6 times a day on social media, have everything strategized and planned out, and if we feel like we are not living up to that, then that will drain. That butterfly starts to, she wants to go back into the chrysalis, or she wants to kind of just dampen and dull herself so she's not nearly as vibrant. So we want to ask about that too, because the pressure that you may be feeling around visibility in sacred work will affect the potency of the butterfly, the potency of what wants to be expressed through you. So paying attention to that and noticing when you're focused on visibility, when you're focused on marketing or expression, am I feeling pressure? Can I release that pressure go? Can I amplify my feelings of safety? So I know it's safe to shift. I know it's safe to shift this belief that I am visible enough. I accept where I am right now. I am visible enough. And even if you feel like your actions are not meeting that, if you create that core belief, I am visible enough, my soul clients will always find me. I am visible enough. Everything I do aligns my soul clients to me perfectly. If you can gather that belief and build that feeling of safety within your physical body, then the expression will naturally unfold. Then the visibility will naturally unfold following that energy of safety. So it's filling yourself up with safety over and over again. When you're noticing the energy of pressure, you're just counteracting it and rebalancing it in your field immediately. All right, so let's take a look and see if there's anything else in here around this. So we're going to go into the depths, just a little touch here. We're going to go a few minutes past the hour as well. I believe we're going to see how quickly this flows here. So we're going to go into the depths a little bit here around visibility and sacred work. So we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine this really deep, dark blue color. And we're going to dive into it a little bit. And we are going to take our divine inner child with us, who is vibrant and glowing all on her own, and who carries with her that violet fire energy. We're going to go into this kind of abstract depth, and we're going to be asked to be shown any areas of contradiction around it's safe to be visible with my soul work. It's safe to be visible with sacred work. So anywhere we're still holding on to those old wounds and beliefs, I forgive it. I forgive it all. I forgive myself. I release and let this go now. I forgive it. I forgive it all. I forgive myself. I release and let this go now. I forgive even that which surely must be unforgivable. And maybe you're getting some visions of other incarnations, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. We're just staying with the flow of energy, working with that divine inner child who has immense power to assist you. Really, really, really good. And just sensing or imagining that you're going even further into the depths. You're going even further into the origins of any of these belief systems. Any of these distorted energies that are still running within yourself, you're going all the way to the root, all the way down to the root. I forgive it. I forgive it all. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone involved. I forgive even that which must be unforgivable. Really, really, really good. Beautiful. And now we're building up that violet firelight. We're building it up and building it up and building it up. Really, really good. And now we are going to pull in the ray, the violet ray. So we're working with that violet fire energy and we're amplifying it with all of the guides that work with this ray. And you're filling up the whole space, that whole area that was navy blue that you're going into the depths that you can't really see is being completely saturated in that violet fire light. Really, really good. We'll take some breaths with this. And again, I forgive it. I forgive it all. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone involved. I forgive even that which must be unforgivable. Really, really, really good. So allow yourself now with your divine inner child to kind of perch on the side. So you're looking down into this depths of violet fire energy. Really, really good. And as that violet fire energy does its thing and does its work, you're just going to put a few droplets of a sparkly blue energy into it. Visualize, sense, or imagine just putting a few drops of that sparkly blue energy in it. And that's going to allow everything that's turned to dust, everything that has been transmutated, everything that's been released. That's going to come up to the surface. It's going to shift into a dust energy or like a cloud energy, and that's going to go right up into source, right up into universal energies. Really, really, really good there. And then finally, we're going to put some drops of white in there, white fire energy, just to clear it all out. Just bringing in that energy of divine truth. That's that white fire is the divine truth. And when any of these illusions are in contact with that energy of truth, again, they dissolve, they turn into dust or clouds, and that goes back up into universal energies. Then we're going to visualize, sense, or imagine that we are filling up that same space with a golden red energy, filling it up with the energy of safety and security, filling it up with that empowerment from the central sun, from source. Visualize, sense, or imagine that that ruby red and golden energy is going into every single cell of your body, every strand of your DNA. Really, really good. It is safe for me to share my work. It is safe for others to see my work. It is safe for me to be a representative of the divine, or it's safe for me to be a representative of the sacred. It is natural and safe for me to accept this role and embody this role now. Really good. Really good. That energy's still moving. So we're just going to kind of lean back now. Visualize, sense, or imagine that ruby red and golden energy. We're really incorporating everything in here. Really good. There we go. And there was a few more questions I had hoped to get to, but the energy is actually coming to completion right now. So we're going to just take a moment and we're going to give that butterfly, give that turquoise butterfly that's in the thymus gland, give it also that ruby red and golden light of safety and security to express, safety and security to be visible, to be a representative of source. Recognizing that the ideas you receive are from source, that you are guided and directed, and it is safe to express. Really good. And we're just going to take a moment now and fill up your whole energy field with this turquoise, this aquamarine light. I am abundant now. The universe is abundant. I am abundance. Fill yourself up with an abundance of earth energy. Fill yourself up with an abundance of creativity energy. Beautiful. It is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to allow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. So we're just coming all the way back now into our physical body. We're going to set the intention that our Akashic records be closed up and that all of this work be anchored in whatever way is best. Really good. Really good. And just coming all the way back. So just keep in mind as well what that kind of seemed to be leading into is the next workshop that I've actually got on around expression energy. So if that resonates with you, make sure you're signed up for that one as well in at the start of January. I feel like that's going to go really, really smoothly. So this is a really beautiful kind of overview of that Akashic abundance energy. And I want to kind of just take a moment and let everything settle. Let yourself fully get grounded. Really, really good. And then, of course, taking notice, taking notes of anything that showed up for you today, anything that came through that you want to keep exploring, or different things that you want to incorporate. So I'm going to kind of leave it open. If anybody has anything else, the energy is kind of wrapped up, but anything in terms of sharing or anything like that that anybody wanted to do today, um, we are open for this for a few minutes if anybody has anything to share. I'll give you guys a minute to come back. There's a lot of energy running in that journey. But really soothing energy. I'm enjoying it tremendously over here. Awesome. Oren says, wonderful. Thank you, Tracy. That was wonderful. I saw that and then it got cut off. So I'll give it a minute. The butterfly, I bet it's going to be. We'll see. Butterfly turned into a swan. I love it. Yay. Love that. Beautiful. And that's so expansive and really grounded too. When you're thinking about like swans and ducks and things like that, like they're so grounded in the earth, but then they can also take flight. So beautiful. I love that. All right, I'll just give it another moment, see if anybody has anything else, and then we will wrap it up for today. Angela said, I saw a past life experience coming into the violet light. Yeah, I saw a lot of different flashes in there, a lot of different past life stuff. Not necessarily anything that like, oh, I need to go and get all the details of that incarnation, but more just like it's rinsing. And it feels like the deeper we get into this ascension process, the more we can really just be flushing things out, the more that's revealed and uncovered for us, but the more that we can really just be flushing things out. Okay, beautiful. All right, I will. Oh, there's Judy. Thank you. I saw that I'm right in the midst of an abundance energy now. Yes, absolutely. The perspective seemed to be a real key for this. So, like the keys that I really noticed from this are perspective energy, um, belief energy around noticing actually what you're thinking and feeling in your physical body, safety energy to move forward, and how that ties in with the divine masculine. Those would be, I would say, the keys that really flowed through. And Oren says, and in the depths of the ocean, I saw a shark as my fears and not feeling safe, but the violet ray was soothing. Beautiful, perfect. Awesome. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me live. Thanks everybody who has checked out the replay, and I will see you all again soon. Make sure to get good and grounded and hydrated after that. Thanks so much.